Yoga is demon worship. If you're a Christian, please stop doing this.
Ito kasi ang problema with mainstream Christianity. It's because they always have this notion that if it's not Christian, therefore it's evil. If it's not Christian, therefore it's demonic. Alright? Because people fear what they don't know. People fear what they don't understand. What is Brahman? Brahman is something that cannot be really translated into any English word. Okay? It's because the term Brahman is unique to India. If we try to translate it into our own words, it will give us something like the one ultimate reality, or the fabric of existence, or the absolute non-duality. Now, Brahman is something likened to God. But if you call Brahman as God, it will actually not describe Brahman in full. It's because when you call Brahman as God, it will actually degrade what actually Brahman is. We can compare the term Brahman when Jesus calls God as Abba, or Father. However, when Jesus, in his context, if he is saying Abba, he's not referring to God the Father, like a literal father in the sky. Rather, he is talking about the androgynous cosmic birther, which is both a male and a female, a father and a mother, that is the one that has emanated the entire universe. Now, why is this important? It's because Brahman is actually the all-pervading reality that is within the entire cosmos. Rather, the entire cosmos is made up of Brahman, no? According to Advaita Vedanta, or the philosophy that was followed by the ancient rishis of India, there is nothing but Brahman. Brahman is one, and one is Brahman. Brahman is actually everything, meaning you and me, all the people in the world, even the chair that you are sitting right now, the cell phone that you are using right now, that is actually Brahman. That is the fabric of existence. Meaning to say, you and me, we are not different because we are just part of Brahman. To hurt you is to hurt myself because we are part of Brahman. Does that sound similar to Jesus saying, love others and love God? Because if you hurt others, you're also hurting God. It just so happened that it was first heard in India, but all other religious traditions has the same concept of the Brahman. Ang kinaganda kasi sa India is that when they speak about their gods and goddesses, they're actually not talking about them in a literal sense na they really believe that there is a god named Brahma, there's really a god named Vishnu, or there's really a god named Shiva. Rather, these are concepts, These are individualized traits or personality or attributes of the entire cosmos that you wish to focus, di ba? Because the different gods and goddesses in India actually came from the concept of the Brahman. It just evolved down the line. It's because it's very hard for someone to really comprehend that there is this God of love and there's also this God of war. Now, what is yoga? Yoga came from the Sanskrit word yug, which means unification. And where are we being unified with? It's not with any other deity, but it's to be unified with Brahman, or the one ultimate reality, the source that is within you, that is within everyone, that everything is made of. Think of Brahman like the ocean, di ba? The ocean, and we are all the waves. And because life is messy, life is murky, we tend to, be attached with our ego, we tend to be attached with our riches, we forget that we are actually one with everything. So we try to make a division. Instead of non-duality, we create duality. And when we go away from Brahman, that's the time wherein, we experience what? All the misfortunes in our lives. That's why we have yoga. And yoga is actually the act of unification. So, how do we unify with Brahman? There are different ways on how to unify with Brahman. Yung tinatawag nilang, yung mga pa-stretching na ganun, may mga hand gestures, that's actually asanas. And asanas is just one of the 8 limbs of yoga. Meditation is another form of yoga. Samadhi is another form of yoga. Now, going to church, having your religious devotion, bhakti yoga, that is also a form of yoga. So, even going to church, regardless whatever is your church, that is yoga. because you are trying to be unified with Brahman, or the one ultimate reality we Christians call God. Okay? So, what is wrong with yoga when in fact we are all practicing yoga in our very own ways? Again, the only thing that is evil that I am seeing right now is this prejudice, is this wrongful accusations we give to this beautiful spiritual practice that is shared to us by the people in India. Namaste.